Oral questions. Question orale. The Honourable Member for Sherwood Park, Fort Saskatchewan.
Liberal policies are causing a deepening youth unemployment crisis, leaving the next generation in an increasing state of desperation. Today's unemployment numbers show a further spike in youth unemployment, now up to 14.7% and approaching 500,000 unemployed Canadian youth. Youth unemployment was already at recession levels before these further increases. Liberals promise change, but their broken promises are pushing yet more young people out of work. Do they understand that these unemployment numbers aren't just hurting youth today, but are setting them up for more struggle and pain throughout their lives?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary, the Secretary of State for Youth.
Mr. Speaker, let's talk about those jobs numbers today. Statistics Canada reported that employment has increased by 60,000 jobs. That is 28,000 jobs in manufacturing, 14,000 new jobs in healthcare, 106,000 full-time jobs, Mr. Speaker. We have a plan, we are making progress, and we are going to be there to create good-paying, career-starting jobs for all Canadians.
The Honourable Member for Sherwood Park, Fort Saskatchewan.
Mr. Speaker, only an out-of-touch Liberal would try to congratulate themselves when we have a significant increase in youth unemployment in this country. These are the facts. Over 17,000 young people in Ontario alone lost their jobs in the last month. Overall unemployment remains at 17.1% and continues to increase in major cities, including the city where that parliamentary secretary is supposed to represent. How can these Liberals dare try to pat themselves on the back when Statistics Canada today shows even more young people out of work?
Very good.
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Mr. Speaker, let's deal in facts here. These jobs numbers are for September. At the end of a summer, many youth are actually leaving jobs, going back to school, back to other work. But coming back to what the Liberal government is doing, we're investing $1 billion, for example, in Red Seal trades for apprenticeships. We're investing in work-integrated learning. We're investing in co-ops, Mr. Speaker. But most importantly, we are going to be building the houses and investing in the projects that are going to create tens of thousands of jobs for all Canadians right across the country, beginning with our young people.
No, Member for Sherwood Park, Fort Saskatchewan.
Mr. Speaker, the Parliamentary Secretary said these numbers might reflect young people leaving the workforce to go back to school. That suggests she doesn't actually understand how the unemployment rate is calculated, because the unemployment rate is the percentage of those in the workforce who are trying to work and aren't able to. And the unemployment rate has gone up. It's approaching 15%, approaching 500,000 young people who are unemployed. That's 1 in 7. Mr. Speaker, it's time for the government to stop trying to pat themselves on the back and recognize that this is a crisis for Canadian young people. It's time for them to reverse course. When will they?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Mr. Speaker, the data doesn't lie. In September, we created over 100,000 new full-time jobs in this country. Those are good jobs for all Canadians. We are embarking on a plan that is going to not only build projects, but build homes, make those homes more affordable for young Canadians, and bring forward next month a budget that is going to make a generational investment in Canadian industry, Canadian workers, Canadian families. I really hope that the members opposite can convince their whips to vote for it.
The Honourable Member for Kenora-Kiiwatanong.
Canada has the slowest growing economy in the G7 and the second highest unemployment, Mr. Speaker, and young Canadians are paying the price. The youth unemployment rate is nearly 15%, which is the highest it has been since 2010, with the exception of the COVID years, Mr. Speaker. 17,000 young people in Ontario have lost their jobs in the last month, and this Prime Minister wants to send $1 trillion of investment to the United States, which will only lower wages and push jobs to the south. Mr. Speaker, with rising youth unemployment, why is this Prime Minister selling out young Canadians?
Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, it seems the Conservatives have an allergy to the facts. Fact, Canada created 60,000 net new jobs last month. Fact, Canada has experienced real wage growth year over year of 3.3%. Those are good stats, Mr. Speaker. These are the economic fundamentals that will allow Budget 2025 to make a generational investment in our economy. I'd offer the Conservatives a Benadryl, but maybe they could just accept the truth for once.
The Honourable Member for Côte-du-Sud-Rivière-du-Kataskamekw-Témiscouata. Mr. Speaker, Canada is still seeing the slowest economic growth in the G7 and the second highest unemployment rate. And today, things aren't getting any better. Unemployment has ticked up to 17%, despite all the promises of the Liberals. Cherry on top, the government is now promising to fork over $1 trillion to the United States. Why is the Prime Minister sacrificing our workers to help out the Americans? The Honourable Minister of Public Works. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's always interesting to hear Conservatives repeat the same talking points that their leader writes for them, but the facts don't lie. Statistics Canada has just noted 106 new full-time jobs in September alone. This proves that the government is serious. We have a serious plan to grow the Canadian economy, unite the Canadian economy, and invest in Canada. The honourable member. It's all very well and good to clap your hands, but the reality is that jobs are disappearing in Canada, including in rural areas. People are struggling to pay their bills. Now, the Prime Minister is promising to invest $1 trillion in the United States instead of helping out Canadian workers. Why is the Prime Minister creating jobs in the States instead of in Canada? The Honourable Minister. Mr. Speaker, it's fascinating for anyone watching Question Period to witness the lack of understanding on the part of the Conservatives. Sure, their leader likes writing them little quips and slogans, but on this side of the House, we are working to unite the Canadian economy, invest in our young people so that they have good jobs, invest in housing, build our country. And just today, Statistics Canada announced 106,000 jobs created in September alone.